Akwe, Crystal Natasulis. My role in this tribe is to help build this community and help support it and help people understand that we are still here and present, that the Unkechaug Nation is surviving and will continue to thrive.
Play. My name is Alyssa Sparrow Williams. My role in this tribe is just, help bring everybody together, get everything back in order, hold on to history, learn history, bring back culture, bring back our ways when it comes to ceremonies and bring the healing back, using our medicines that we have, crystals, our sage, and just going back to the basics that, that was taken from us, and then, infusing it in what we use now. So.
The reason I'm been pursuing to become a lawyer is because our community needs to come together and not only come together but fight those that are against us to try to bring us down. And when I say that, I mean taking advantage of us is one of the big things that has been happening around this community. We need someone that isn't corrupt. We have a lot of corruption, and this is like a big thing for our community.
Yeah.
But we're gonna keep fighting it. So becoming a lawyer for me means helping my community fight with the heart that I have, without the corruption, without doing anything that's gonna harm anyone. But it's for 7 generations to come. We have to start now.
We have to bring the attention back. We have to remember what's more important, We need our own people to represent each other. You know what I mean? To fight. No one's going to fight for your people more than you're going to fight for you.
So Native American identity for me, when I first hear that, I think to myself that I am indigenous. I always like to use indigenous in speaking about my people, because Native American is such a term that a lot of people use, and I think it's a little bit vague when explaining indigenous people. But indigenous community for myself, there's so much that goes into that, and it means a lot to me. It actually means a lot to me. I apologize because there's so much to speak about.
Yeah.
So basically, right, we were here before America. Yeah, America, come America, please, because, right down the road, William Floyd, when the people who signed the Declaration of Independence, who indentured our people, Native American, indigenous, every way you want to say it, it's important to keep our culture alive, because we went through a lot of stuff, and our ancestors survived, and they survived and kept everything alive for us to keep it going. So that's one thing we have to do, is honor our ancestors.
One thing that sticks out in this community itself, I'm just going to get directly into the mental health. I feel like this community needs more support with its adults, the men, the women with mental health. And I think it was a problem that's been going on for decades now, generations actually.
Mm-hmm.
Generations, and there's so much curses that we still need to break to this day. And it's not going to take one or two of us. It's literally going to take each and every one of us to work together and be willing. But it's also the quality of those that are willing to work for this Unkechaug Nation to even get better. And that's just touching lightly on deeper issues. How I view that question, how it's been for me, those outside of this reservation, because that's what it is those around us that is not inside. It hasn't been the best as it should be. And when I say it hasn't been the best as it should be, because on the outside, trying to look in, they don't view us well at all.
Mm-hmm.
I would say majority of them doesn't view us well on the outside. They don't support our community as they should. If anything, they look more for the benefits that they can get out of us.
It's been a big difference. Being in school, we've really, we've had issues, but for the most part,
kids were accepted us, and we were like really good. We're still tight with a lot of them. You know, you find a lot of them here, a lot of our friends. You know, so it's just but they knew who we are. You know, they grew up separate. So being that they knew who we are, so a lot, she said, like a lot of other people, I don't know, you went to different school. Did they know who we are when you went to your school?
Absolutely not.
They didn't. See?
No.
So, and she went to school right up the road. You know, so you think about like, so we've always been in that little, you know, bucket. You know, and we didn't.
To add on to that about, you know, how you was in school, like the separation was present. And when I say that, like we have our own bus. The buses for the kids is just our kids. It's not where it's our children and mixed with the others on the outside. It was just our kids. So when they would pull up to the school, everyone knew this was
Yeah.
the Unkechaug Nation and the kids. So there was already that separation in the beginning. But once again, like she said, that the kids, you know, they become accepting and those that they got along with and
Yeah.
friends with.
Yeah. Someone supports us too. You know, they have multicultural events where they have our kids
Yeah.
there, and our kids put on a show. If you go into the library, you see, you know, history of our chiefs, and there's a section for us there,
Yeah.
and our language
Yeah.
class is there now. They start a language class.
Yeah.
So I wish all Long Island schools will look into furthering the education of Native history, being that this is where you guys are on. You know, so that would be nice to see that in the future. More museums and more history in class, because you know there is no American history without that. Everywhere new and more, I think people will look at us more instead of looking at us like what is this? Y'all the people who just don't pay no taxes. Oh no, you gotta learn our story. You gotta understand. They paid a lot. They paid in blood. I never said that quote before. Like we thought about it. We really did. Like,
Yeah, that hit me.
Yeah.
when the rest of my ancestors, like my great grandfather who was chief, that was his land. You know, that's his house.
Our great grandfathers are brothers.
And they're both chiefs.
Uh-huh.
So my great grandfather was the older brother, and her great grandfather the younger brother. I'm the older cousin. She's the younger cousin. We're the Treadwells.
I can start. If you notice the sill, I don't know if you like looked at the pictures on it. Like you see the corn, you'll see a whale, you'll see the other images. That plays a part in who we are. We were whalers. We were whalers here, so that's why you see the whale. The corn was grown here. The turtle is very significant because if you have noticed in a lot of indigenous communities, they use the turtle as an image in most parts because we believe, a lot of indigenous people believe that how we came about was on the back of a turtle shell. The story goes in so many different ways and is told so many different times, but that's what we believe is that it started from the turtle shell, that the turtle brought things to start Mother Earth and everything. So the turtle is very significant when it comes to building and starting of life and the creation of life itself.
It's never went nowhere. We've always held on to it. We've always known our family tree. We always have stories. We still have our annual gatherings. That's been going on since the beginning. So that's one thing we keep alive with those traditions. That's when we really have the pride of we're all regalia, dancing, we're all gathering, and that's when we have our good times of family and everybody just seeing each other. Always keeping something like that around helps keep us here. All the things we want to bring back, you know, more gatherings, more, you know, social gatherings, potlucks, and more. Other people are stepping up from the tribe and they're hosting events and having gatherings and family fun days. So we just, you know, keep this momentum going, you know.
Yeah. It's not going to stop.
It's just the beginning. The kids need to see that, and that also helps with their mental health. Like seeing each other out there, seeing, you know, that people dancing, even the ones who don't dance, they see you dance. They see that's one thing that we do hold. So as kids, I know as a grown to kids, that's something we look forward to, and that we always knew who we are. Helps them mentally prepare to dance and get in tune with the music. We have some nice dancers.
Yeah.
You know, it's medicine. You know, like drum is
Always
medicine.
good medicine.
The music, the gathering, the love, it's medicine. So that medicine helps heal.
I would say, as I said in the beginning, we are still here. A lot of people from Long Island, surprisingly at this point, don't even know that we are here. We are a state recognized tribe. And it's unfortunate that a lot of people, when you hear about reservations on Long Island and you hear Unkechaug, they're like, where is that? Where are they from? Never heard of them. And then after that part of questioning of not knowing we existed is also putting us down as if we're not the community that we should be as an indigenous community, that we do not portray the indigenous community like it should look or how it should be. That's the problem with the perspective out there, is that we are still a community. We come in different colors, different personalities, different everything, but we still have that in our blood, running strong in this bloodline, each and every one of us here.
I think for our mental health, what the outside, is like she said, we're still here. That you may see all these businesses. There's a lot of people who, are still struggling around here. We have a lot of people who don't own businesses. There's a lot of homes that are behind the businesses. You would never even think. We have families, we have children who still want to play, children who still want more. We want to eventually have a park for our kids, do more for the kids, because growing up, we had that. We were able to go up and down the road. It was just, we had freedom. We didn't have all the shops. We had a few, but we didn't have what we have now. So people see the shops, they don't see the people, they don't see the nation, and we're still here to have our culture.
Yeah.
Because you don't see us out there with our culture. There's a lot of things that we do behind the scenes that, just not for everybody to know.
For me, I would say I would want them to understand deeper than what you see on the surface. Don't judge where we come from. Don't judge what we may not have. To just see us deeper than just what you might see on the surface of things. And even then, we're still happy. There's still happiness there, regardless of the struggles that we might go through. There's still always happiness somewhere deep inside for our community. And it's in each and every one of us, and we have not lost that. We're continuing to fight for that.
Our ways and things that we have that affects a lot of our mental. Our blood has been poisoned. We've been colonized. They came and they gave us alcohol. That came from them. A lot of alcoholism started from it. A lot of, you gotta go back to the schools and what they did to our, the kids growing up, and it's taking the kids and all that abuse and mental abuse, and that's why we don't trust each other. And then you have to think about tribes, turning on tribes. So we have a lot of not trusting. We don't trust. The one thing that I think to understand, be patient, because we have a lot of reasons not to trust people. Because people come to family, what happened? We came, trusted, we tried to give them, and they took advantage. And people always try to take advantage of us. Understand, be patient, because when people are talking to us, we're not going to open up right away. We're going to see who you really are. And are you really for the good of us? Because we have to. Because we've learned from our ancestors that we can't just open up to everything.
Yeah.
We need programs, and if anybody's willing to help us and any ideas to help us bring those programs here, we're open. And not saying that everyone might be on board, but at least having that platform, at least having that opportunity to have something like that.
Providing making it available 24/7.
A lot of people are ashamed of it, So it's just being able to talk about it. It's like, I feel safe. So that trust, and the trust comes in. The main thing would be what's his agenda? Why do you want to come? And what is what are they getting from it? That'd be my first concern. My question is going to be why, And then I would love to hear their response, and really tell from there, what their intention is. And then what they know. It's really the person, because there's sometimes a lot of people who know a lot more stuff, you can't just judge a book by its cover on the other way either, because they might have done so much research and been somewhere, or they might have been adopted by a tribe. Who knows what they know? But at the start of it, getting the tools and talking about it, start right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to think now,
Yeah.
People don't give up. We're survivors. You don't see people I don't know of any suicide rates in our community. I can't think of a suicide.
No.
So we're survivors. So we, they might drink or do things to mask it, but they still work. They still have to get up and take care of their families, and they just learn to make it.
Strong.
They're strong.
Very strong men.
Strong.
We
Like,
do have a lot of strong men here, regardless of maybe mental health issues.
Yeah, they still have to step
Still
up.
fighters,
Yeah.
warriors.
Yeah, it's something that's in us, In our community, we have, we're all family for the most part, and we kind of keep each other in check too. So, something's happening, you have your family around you. It's not like you're by yourself, You sometimes you can't be in that shell because your family, we're nosy, People want to knock on your door. What's wrong with you? If you don't hear from you, people are going to come find you. So I think that plays a part in the mental health, and that could mess with your mental too, because some people just need that
personal
space
space a little bit.
But that's just who we are.
Yeah, we are a community, and we'll always be.
This is just the beginning. We're gonna come together more. We're gonna focus on mental health. And us having this conversation means we realize we need to have more conversations like this in our community.
Yes.
Even if it's just coming sitting out here and having a conversation about mental health, it's something that I think that we should, look into. More for our community programs, more for our kids' mental health, more for our adults' mental health, even the elders still here, and just that's looking for more, wants to do more. Don't count us out, count us in. This is just the beginning of, like I said, it's a shift.
Yeah.
I'm excited to be on this journey.
Couldn't have said it any better. I agree.
All right. Well, I think we'll end it there.
Yeah.